Hi everyone. In this video, we'll walk through the main features of ResearchOS and how it supports a full research workflow. This will help you understand what the platform can do before you start using it on your own projects. We're going to cover everything in 6 simple steps. The first step is account and project setup. To kick things off, let's take a quick look at the ResearchOS homepage and scroll through to get a feel for what the platform offers. Once you're ready to jump in, hit the Get Started button. On the sign up page, go ahead and fill in your first name, last name, email address, and a secure password to create your account. With your details in, click Create Account to submit the form. ResearchOS will now send a verification link to your email inbox and you'll land on the Verify Your Email page. Pop over to your email and click that link to activate your account. Once you've verified, come back here and hit the I've verified, Continue button. You'll be taken to the sign in page where you just need to enter your password and click Sign In to access your account. And just like that, you're logged in and your dashboard is ready to go. Before we dive into projects, let's quickly check out the pricing page from the top navigation to see the available plans. After a quick glance, jump straight back into your workspace by clicking the dashboard button. Our account is now verified and we're signed into the dashboard. Let's move on to creating a new research project to kick off our workflow. To kick off a new research project, hit the New Project button on your dashboard. Fill out the project details here, including the project name, your client's name, and the relevant industry, then click Create Project to spin it up. Once the project is created, you'll see your project-related details. Fill your project-related details in this section. When you're happy with the details, lock them in by hitting Save. Let's move on to generating a research brief from text, which will serve as the foundation for the entire study. To start building your research brief, head into the project pipeline and click on the O1 Brief step. Once the brief page loads, switch over to the Free Text tab. This is handy when you already have notes or context you'd like the AI to work from. Paste your existing research notes or background information into the free text field. Hit the Generate Brief button to let ResearchOS structure everything for you. In just a few seconds, a full research brief is generated. Scroll through to review the objectives, scope, and key details the system has put together. If you'd like to share or save it, simply click the DOCX Export button to download the brief as a Word document. With the research brief ready, we have a solid foundation to build upon. Next, we'll generate B2B and B2C research proposals to outline the strategy for both audience types. With the brief ready, let's move on to the proposal stage by clicking on 02 Proposal in the pipeline menu. ResearchOS lets you tailor proposals for different audiences. Make sure SMB, B2B is selected, then hit the Generate Proposal button to kick things off. In just a few seconds, a full proposal is drafted for you. Take a moment to scroll through and review what's been generated. Need a consumer-focused version instead? Switch over to the B2C JAWS consumer variant. And when you're ready to share it, simply export the proposal using the DOCX button. With the research proposals generated, let's move on to generating a questionnaire to structure the survey questions for our respondents. To generate a questionnaire, jump into the questionnaire step from the pipeline menu on the left. Open the target length of interview dropdown and pick the duration that fits your study, which also sets the approximate question count. Hit the Generate Questionnaire button to let the platform build it out for you. Once it's ready, scroll through to review the different sections and make sure the questions align with your research goals. If you'd like a local copy to share or edit, just click the XLSX button to export it. Let's move on to generating and uploading synthetic data, which allows us to simulate respondent answers before launching the actual survey. To start generating synthetic data, head over to the Data Collection section in the pipeline menu and choose Synthetic Data. On this page, hit the Generate Synthetic Data button to let the platform create a realistic dataset for you. Once the data is ready, grab your file by clicking Download CSV. If you'd rather generate data based on your own questionnaire, switch over to the Upload Questionnaire tab. Upload your questionnaire file here and then click Generate Synthetic Data so the system can tailor the responses to match your questions. After the new dataset is generated, download it as a CSV to save it locally. The synthetic data is now generated and ready to go. Next, let's move on to configuring an online survey audience, where we'll define who should receive our survey based on demographics like age and gender. To configure your online survey audience, head over to the Online Survey tab under the Data Collection section. This is where you define exactly who you want to reach. Set your gender quota by choosing between any, equal, or a custom split, and then add your age ranges with the corresponding percentage breakdown. You can click Add Range to layer in multiple age brackets for more precise targeting. Once your audience is dialed in, hit Check Feasibility to see if your targeting works with the available panel. Let's move on to initiating the QC run, where we'll validate the quality of the responses we collect. With our survey data ready, it's time to ensure its quality. Head over to the QC step in the pipeline menu to kick off the quality control process. ResearchOS will ask which brief to use as the reference for these checks, so go ahead and hit Use this brief. Lock in your selection by clicking Confirm and Continue. Since we're on the free trial, just hit Continue with trial to proceed. Upload your questionnaire file so the system knows the survey structure, then click Start Pipeline Run to get things moving. ResearchOS will automatically review the questionnaire structure and flag any issues it spots. Once you've reviewed the findings, click Approve and continue to move on to the actual checks. With the QC run initiated, the setup is ready to proceed. Let's move on to mapping data and proposing checks, where we align our dataset with the relevant quality checks before execution. To map your data and propose checks, upload your synthetic data CSV file and hit the Upload Data and Map button. ResearchOS will automatically map the columns in your dataset. Once it's done, click Approve and continue to move forward. Let the platform suggest relevant quality checks by clicking Propose checks from the data. Take a moment to review the proposed QC checks across the different tabs. These are intelligently generated based on the structure of your data. Once you're happy with the checks, hit Approve and Continue. The data has been mapped and checks are proposed. Now, let's move on to running automated and AI semantic checks to validate the quality and consistency of the responses. To kick off the quality control process, hit the Run Checks button. Once the automated checks finish, review the results and hit Approve and continue to move forward. Next up are the AI semantic checks, which dig deeper into the actual meaning of responses. Tick the confirmation checkbox and then click Run AI semantic checks. Give it a moment as the AI scans through the responses for inconsistencies, gibberish, and low quality answers, then displays the full breakdown of results. Let's move on to running an automated analysis and reviewing the dashboard to uncover the key findings from our research. Now that we have our data, let's turn it into insights. Head over to the Analysis and Reporting section from the Pipeline menu on the left. Since we already have a brief tied to this project, hit Use this brief, then click Confirm and continue to move forward. Next, define what you want to learn by entering your research objective. Upload your dataset, in this case, the synthetic CSV file we generated earlier, and kick things off by clicking Run Analysis. The platform will queue your job and start crunching through the data automatically. No manual chart building required. Once it's done, you'll get a full dashboard with charts, breakdowns, and key insights. Take your time scrolling through to explore the visualizations and findings the AI has surfaced from your data. With the automated analysis reviewed, our primary research is complete. Let's move on to generating a secondary research report, where we'll pull external market insights to complement our findings. To generate a secondary research report, head over to the Secondary Research section in the side menu. Kick things off by hitting the New Research button. Fill out the form by entering your research question, picking the relevant industry and region, and then choosing the standard research option for a balanced report. Once everything looks good, click Pay, 290 and Generate Report to kick off the process. The platform will then put together your secondary research report. Take a moment to scroll through and review the insights it has compiled for you. To save a copy for your records, just hit the docx download button. Next, let's move on to exploring account pages and language settings to see how you can personalize your workspace. Let's take a quick tour of the account pages. Head over to the Invoices section in the side menu to keep track of your billing history. If you're ready to move beyond the free trial, hit the Upgrade button to explore the paid options. This takes you to the homepage where you can jump into pricing to see all the plans available. ResearchOS also supports multiple languages. Open the language dropdown and pick whichever one you're most comfortable with, whether that's German, French, or sticking with English. We've finished exploring the account pages and language settings. Next, let's interact with the ResearchOS Assistant to get quick help directly within the platform. To interact with the ResearchOS Assistant, head over to your dashboard by clicking the Dashboard button. Open up the ResearchOS Assistant chatbot and type in any question you have about the platform or your research workflow. It's a handy way to get instant guidance without leaving your project. Once you've got your answer, simply close the chatbot to get back to your work. We've now seen how the ResearchOS Assistant and language settings work across the platform. Let's move on to reviewing a completed project to see how all the pieces come together in the final output. To review a completed project, open up your fashion project from the dashboard. From here, you can revisit everything you've built, starting with the saved brief and proposal to see exactly how the project was scoped. Next, hit the View button on the completed analysis to jump straight into the final results. Scroll through the Analysis dashboard to explore the insights, charts, and findings generated for your project. And that wraps up the look at a completed project. You've now seen the full overview of ResearchOS features from setup to final reports. Hope this gave you a clear picture of how it all fits together. Thank you.